3:30 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff on ABC is the battle in the state of Oregon. Oregon at Oregon State. Obviously, Pac-12 title game implications here for the Ducks. They are a 3-point road favorite at their rival Beavers. Total of 58 in this one. They call it the Platypus Cup now, Brett. Yes, because a platypus has a beaver tail and a duck bill. And This is the Ducks and the Beavers, which I thought was always fun. But I'm going to be honest with you, I was out there for a couple of years. To the fans of this game and these teams, it will always be called the Civil War.
Yes, but good for them for coming up with a name that is, I think, really cool. They could have come out and
the trophy's got a fun too. It's a platypus.
It is, yeah. It's an actual platypus on a little pedestal there. Yeah, so the fans are going to show up for Oregon State, and the stadium's going to be excited. But the problem is an entire grandstand in Reser Stadium is undergoing construction at the moment, so they can only sit about 28,000 in this stadium. Environment is not going to be an issue, is basically what I'm saying here. And that's a lot of what kind of fuels these home dogs and rivalry spots. So when you take that away, that's kind of tough. We know Bo Nix, is hurt. How hurt is he? I don't know. He played last week without expecting to. Looked fine, but you did notice spots where he could have tucked and ran the ball for a first down like he normally would. But because he's hurt, he threw the ball at his receiver's feet or threw it away. That's tough. Let's see if he does that again this week, if he's kind of got his legs back under him or what have you here. Oregon's biggest liability this season has been their passing defense, but Oregon State is playing a backup quarterback who is just not a threat. He's thrown for fewer than 150 yards, the same amount of times he's thrown for over 200 yards. Just not really a weapon for them. So I don't think that they're going to be able to expose Oregon's passing defense or lack thereof in this one. And Oregon still has a ton to play for. They have a spot in the Pac-12 championship game if they win. That is just that cut and dry. So they are going to be playing for that spot there. And Oregon State is playing for an upset, I guess. I'm pretty sure that Chance Nolan, their starting quarterback, like I mentioned, I don't think he's going to play. He hasn't played since October 1st. I'm taking Oregon -3 with or without Bo Nix. They're just a better team at this point. They have a decent enough run defense to where I think that they're going to be able to keep Oregon State from scoring 45, and then Oregon State's offense just hasn't really been that good. And I think they have the playmakers offensively to beat this Oregon State defense. That is good. I just think that Oregon is too much to play for, and that this isn't going to be an intimidating enough atmosphere to really stun them early.
First of all, I just want to say, you are going to get Oregon State's A+ effort. Now, they have a backup quarterback in there, but Oregon State, from the players to the coaches to the fans, have this complex where they are sick and tired of hearing about Oregon and their fans because they are the Nike school and they have the bigger fan base, and the people of Corvallis want to win this game more than any other. If it was between beating Oregon and going to a Pac-12 title game, they would choose beating Oregon. And they have an opportunity to keep Oregon out of the Pac-12 title game here, which they are licking their chops for that opportunity. And I was at that Oregon game last week, Brett, and it was clear that the read option stuff with Bo Nix's ankle was out of the playbook. They were not doing that. So they had to win that game with defense, which is something I thought it was a really solid bounce back effort by their defense after they got manhandled by the Washington offense. Can they do it again? We'll see. But I don't think 20 points like they scored against Utah is going to be enough to win this game against Oregon State. So I kind of lean the dog here, but I kind of hope I could get a 3.5, to be honest with you. I think this is another spot where I'm going to wait on the live line. And if Oregon gets an early score here, or even if they, start driving down the field, this line might move to 3.5 on the live right away. So I think I'm backing home dog here, despite the less than ideal crowd situation with the construction and all that. And we saw Oregon State play USC really tough earlier this year too. So I think they're going to be able to run the ball, shorten this game, keep Oregon off the field, and credit to Bo Nix for playing hurt last week, but clearly that was not the best version of their offense last week. Would you agree with that part?
100%. Yeah. I can't say that was the best Oregon offense that we can see. I think the difference though between the Washington game and their other game, and the other games that are going on here or the Utah game specifically, is that Washington is extremely efficient through the air. Utah is not that efficient through the air. They don't really have pass catching weapons, and neither does Oregon State. So I hear what you're saying about the want to and the drive, and absolutely. But the want to and the drive only goes so much. If you don't have the guys to make it happen, I don't know if they can make it happen. And USC, we'll talk about USC in a minute. I will talk about that very game specifically in a minute here because I have my own thoughts about that. But I hear what you're saying. Yes, if you are going to bet Oregon State, do what Steven's doing, bet it live, or wait to see if you can get the hook before kick.